has been paid for by Behind the Turnbuckle Plus, the new pod order. The preceding announcement has been paid for by Behind the Turnbuckle Plus, new pod order.
And this is how we get down. What's good, everybody? Welcome in to the Last Word, part of the Behind the Turnbuckle universe. We are live on Stadium and all of their platforms every single Monday night at this time, 11 p.m. Eastern Time. Amazon Prime Video, Direct TV, YouTube TV, Roku TV. Tonight's show is brought to you by the Deebourx, the most rugged Bluetooth speaker on the market today. Go to deebourx.com, use a promo code COACH10, and get 10% off anything site-wide. Now, just moments ago, Monday Night Raw, the last Raw, or the go-home, as we like to call it in the business, came to an end in Cody Rhodes' hometown. Coming up over the course of the next hour, we're going to talk about the Royal Rumble coming up this Saturday. We're going to bet the turnbuckle as our man Raphael Esparza will be here just after the bottom of the hour. He will be in the chat. Anybody have any questions for Raphael? He'll get them in there in real time. Also, we go to promo school tonight as well. But you know I can't do this show by myself. My co-stars, and I got to tell you, I've got to introduce her first because in the last week, I've gotten more tweets about her than anybody in my universe. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome to the show. She is a rock star in the making. The host of the Gabby AF podcast, Miss Gabby Laspisa. Good evening, my dear.
Good evening, fellas. How are we today? How are we doing?
We're great.
Very well.
She just did everything you're not supposed to do, and she's a producer, or she
What?
used to be a producer. You know what that was, Tommy? What was the one thing you never supposed to do? How are you tonight? How are you doing? You waste a good question. But Tommy, I hate to say it, but I don't think she can hear us. She's become so popular in 7 days. I don't even know if we can still keep her on the show. What are we doing, Tommy?
I don't know. Does her head fit in there still, or what?
I do have a big head because I have such a big brain to fill it out, Tommy. It's just what happens.
That's very true.
You know what I
That's
mean?
very true. All right, guys, we got a lot to talk about, and I know you are unapologetically, and Tommy, I got to let Gabby start tonight because I thought Raw was a little bit ho-hum until we got to the last segment. And we're going all the way to the end at first because when you got two guys that can cut a promo the way that CM Punk and Cody Rhodes did it tonight, and is it ironic that it was CM Punk and Seth Rollins 2 weeks ago? So, Gabby, I'm going to ask you this question first. Are you starting to see the layers of the character with your boy that you love so much, Cody Rhodes? Talk to me.
Yeah, I mean, is this the beginning of the Cody villain arc? It could be. I think this is what people are kind of waiting for. I will be honest with you. I love to see it. I love Cody. You like to give me shit for it, but like honestly, there's not really much to not love about this guy. The way he's presented it, everything he does, and everything he has done. So is he lovable? 1000%. Is this gonna maybe show the layers, turn him into something completely different? I'm down for it because guess what? He's so good he can handle it and he can do it and he'll be good at it, coach.
You know
do
what
you
I
think?
liked? You know, I when he started doing the whole almost like he had a concussion from getting kicked by Sami
Yeah.
Zayn and he had to think about it for a second. I was like, this is kind of next level kind of stuff. Tommy, let's bring you into the conversation because Cody for 2 years has been the ultra baby face. He's the guy that, just like CM Punk said, you know, kisses the baby, stays after. He said it. He's worked more matches the last couple of years than anybody else. But what I saw tonight, and you got to give credit to CM Punk. He drew it out of him at the end. But now we're starting to see CM Punk and question himself a little bit. Did he really know where he was? Does he really want to know who he's focused on, KO or now CM Punk? I really, really liked what they started tonight.
Yeah, man, you had two aces in the ring tonight, right? Everybody, I mean, you had CM Punk just delivering this stuff, and just Cody Rhodes. Like I said, there's so many layers to Cody Rhodes' character that we're seeing right now. It is just unbelievable how he handles it. The eye look, the turn away. This is all subtle stuff that makes him such a great superstar. And the way Punk faced him, the way he shot with him in the ring, talking about, I won't stab you in the back, I'll stab you in the front. Like the both of them working together, That is a promo school 101, folks. That's how you do it, and that's how you make layers to your character. The ultimate baby face, and now we're looking at him. Maybe he gotta have a little villain side to him. It was just unbelievable and great, and that's why we started this segment off with that.
Well, it is, and it's one of those things Vince Russo tells us all the time when he's on with us that you've got to remember everything that you do. And Gabby, if you forget the little details, like they have with Jade, where's the investigation? But with that promo, what did we see? We saw Cody snap out of it. And then he said, "Hey, when you were sitting on the sidelines, when you were taking 10 years off, we were all chasing you." Well, guess what? This Saturday, I hope you win because then you'll be chasing me. You can't forget about the history because that will bring new fans in. They go, okay, I got it. And then the OGs are like, oh, I remember that. The more real you can make it, the better a rivalry can become. And they both did it tonight.
Yeah, I mean, it took me right back to last year's Royal Rumble because it was down to Cody and Punk at the very end anyway. And it's like, I didn't forget, man. Like, you took that from me, and now I'm going to get it and come get the title from you. So it's kind of beautifully circling right back to the story that it always kind of has been between the two of them. And I think you saw a different side of Cody where he was a little bit short with Punk. He wasn't just being the nice guy. He was like grabbing him by the arm and he was like, right, you're my friend, right? But you're not. Let's just get to it. I love seeing the attitude in Cody. And I like seeing the fact that these two are going to go at it because if their promos are this good, I can't wait to see them have this main event match that I think that should be happening between the two of them. It's going to be even better.
And let's keep in mind, guys, that we don't have my very first WrestleMania was WrestleMania 16 in Anaheim. We had 7 weeks in between the Royal Rumble and WrestleMania. WrestleMania this year, for whatever reason, is not until the last week of April. So
Yeah.
you've got to have storylines that can stand the test of time.
Right.
So Tommy, when you've got a cool heel, as we like to call it, and you're a competitor, then nobody's going to say, well, why is CM Punk doing that to him? No, CM Punk wants to get to the top of the mountain. He understands just because he's a friend, he still has to go through him. So I thought it was really well written. You cannot tell me that a writer who, like some 23-year-old writer, wrote that stuff tonight. That was all CM Punk. That was all Cody. It had to be.
That's all CM Punk, and that's all Cody getting together and talking this over and see how we want to go with this. Because Punk right now is the master of the promo. I used to think the Wise Man was great, and we all knew what happened to the Wise Man when he took the table flop and everything like that with his face. He grew his beard out. He didn't sleep. That's all layers to being a character. And that's what CM Punk and Cody Rhodes are doing right now. When you saw Cody just shake his head back and forth and everything, but CM Punk right now is the king of the promo, and it makes you say, "Oh, I want him to win. I want these two to face at WrestleMania," and that's what they want you to think, and that's how you promote a match, and that's why we love storylines like this. We need to carry the storyline further and further, and like you said, there's a big gap between now and WrestleMania because it's the last week in August. You could tell a ton of stories in that time, Coach.
No doubt about it. You are watching The Last Word. We are live every single Monday night here on Stadium and all of their platforms. Gabby, let me ask you this. Have you ever seen CM Punk on his game more than what we're seeing right now?
No, and it's actually interesting you ask me that because I have said this from day one about CM Punk. I was not a fan of his in his first run in the WWE because I didn't watch wrestling at that time. So when people were the reactions they got from him coming back and the big deal of it, of course I went back and watched it when I got into pro wrestling. But I was like, I don't get it. I don't really understand the hype around CM Punk. Like then I saw him in the other company and I saw what was going on and I was like, okay, I kind of get it. I kind of get it. Now, this run of CM Punk in the WWE and the promos he's doing, the work he did with Drew McIntyre, and now what he's doing with Cody, I can get it. Like I get it, and I'm so sold on this man, and I absolutely love him.
You start to it's funny because I'm the exact same way that you are for a different reason. When I left the WWE in 2008 after my 10-year run the first time, I didn't watch anything. And I had forgotten. I actually did pre-tapes with Cody Rhodes when he first got there. I had forgotten I even worked with Cody.
Hmm.
That's how much I was trying to get out of the business back then. I was so burnt out. I didn't care. So from 2008 to probably 2013, 2014, I didn't watch anything. I couldn't stand it, couldn't take it, didn't want to watch it. And then we took Sports Center and started going to WrestleManias, and all of a sudden, now I'm back into it. So I missed a big part of what made CM Punk great as well. But
Mhm.
my goodness, it's not easy, guys. It is not easy, Tommy, to leave, maintain that popularity, go to another company, cause all kinds of havoc, have everybody out you there, and then you come here. Nobody wanted you here either to keep your mind in it. And then all of a sudden, you now start knocking everybody down. If they're being honest with themselves, and you're the Drew McIntyres and the Roman Reignses, you're looking at him going, the bullshit's out the window. This dude is legitimately now a team player, and he's helping lifting everybody up. Drew McIntyre and now Cody Rhodes, Tommy.
Who would ever thought when CM Punk left, he burned every bridge there world. He burned WWE to the nth degree, and now he is back and he's playing with the guys in the stand. He's playing with Triple H, and look at him now. He makes me want to have this match. After watching that promo tonight, I want to see Punk and Rhodes go at it at WrestleMania. So look what this man has done to himself. He left, went to another company, didn't work out there. He burned this company. He came back, and now he's playing nice with everybody, and everybody loves it because he has a huge following. He is a top superstar any way you cut it.
Did you notice how excited Tommy gets, Gabby, that he actually goes through puberty a second time in order to be able to talk like that? That's all right, Tommy. I mean, we're going, octave. I didn't know you had that octave in your voice.
It's only been 12 minutes, Tommy. We got some time.
Yeah.
Relax a
All right.
bit. You know what I mean?
I
Calm down.
Jesus.
Oh, if you want to be a part of the show, you can put it into the chat courtesy of a super sticker, and you can weigh in if you so choose. Once again, we were presented tonight by Deebourx and also my bookie. Coming up in about 20 minutes from right now, we're going to have Betting the Turnbuckle as our man Raphael Esparza, who is in the chat right now, will join us and give us his take on the odds coming up. And Gabby, you don't have a pick for the Royal Rumble match, do you? That's not something you want to talk about tonight, is it?
Yeah, of course I do, coach. Do you know me? Do you know me?
I do know you, and I
You're
know
very
how far you
sassy
get.
tonight, coach. I'm just saying.
You
People
know what?
don't realize.
You
You know
know
what I
why?
think it is.
You know why? It's
I
you.
had it
I
around here somewhere.
That's why,
don't
Gabby.
you dare.
You don't want me to put it on?
No, I do not.
Oh,
He's got it on
okay.
underneath. See the red shirt?
Well,
The fact that I even know it's right there is
That's
ruining
a
my
cheap
night. If you
shirt.
put
I'll
it on, I'm
guarantee it.
out.
It's from a
Oh, here
home
we go.
shirt or something. See?
oh,
Oh,
Is that a
oh,
referee there?
oh,
Oh.
loser.
number 15 in your
Yeah.
scorebooks, number 1 in your hearts. You talk about somebody who understands how to be a superstar in their organization. We're talking about him right here. Let's go.
Yeah,
Oh,
of
And
2
course.
weeks of this. 2
Of
weeks we
course.
gotta
I don't
put
even
up.
want to get into it because I don't want to ask you what I want to ask you because it's going to ruin my relationship with you. So we just have to keep it where it is if we want to keep being friends.
wow. And I like being friends with you. I really do. So I don't
It's
want to
all right.
affect that at all. I
I
do.
like Tommy more.
Uh, did she just say she likes you more
Yes, she
than
did.
me? Wow. Interesting.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well,
We'll keep that in mind. All right, still to come. We're just getting started here on the last word. Everybody's a little fired up tonight because this is the go home to what I like to call the second biggest event of the year. I don't care about SummerSlam. Royal Rumble sets the stage for the entire year. Coming up, we've got promo school. What is my crew going to be talking about tonight? Also, we bring in Russo's rant. We got Betting the Turnbuckle in 20 minutes. And also, what are they doing with Bayley? We've got that coming up in about 38 minutes from right now. That's right. We've got a rundown. This is a real show. We're on Stadium, Amazon Prime, Direct TV. Don't even get me started. Oh, I guess promo school started early. All right, we're just getting started. We'll be back. We are the last word, part of the BTT universe. And as always, we are a vibe.
Zach, and this is Deebourx. What is a Deebourx? A Deebourx is a rugged portable speaker. It's a vault to hold all your things, keep them dry and safe, and it's a charger. You know, you're looking at 40 hours of playtime. So we charge this thing maybe once a week when we're traveling and adventuring. There's volume controls on the outside of the box here, so you can turn it up and down. If you have your phone inside there charging, it's nice and safe and dry. All right, so we're gonna hook the Deebourx to our phone. I'm gonna show you some tricks. You just hit the button on the front. You've got the battery gauge here that lets you know how full your battery is. You got a volume here as well. So you just turn it on, go to your Bluetooth, Deebourx DV2, and it says when it's paired. Yep. And so inside the lid, if you're just jamming tunes and you're not around water or anything like that, you can leave this open. But if you're going into a wet or muddy, snowy environment, inside the lid right here is a plug. You undo this plug, it pops out. Put it right in the top right here. Give it a few turns. Turn it on. Now you've got a waterproof speaker box. Now you can play it for the whales. I think there's a use for each individual person. The Deebourx, like this is mine with all my stickers, my things on it. You can kind of make them your own. That's part of the love of them. Like I have a connection with these because it's like a good belt or like a good pair of boots. You can cater your lifestyle to your Deebourx, but there's no other speaker that charges your things and holds all your stuff, keeps it dry and safe. That's what sets this apart. So I'd recommend y'all trying a Deebourx and bring it because it's so much more than a speaker.
All right, we have ours right here. I mean, this thing, you can hit as hard as you want. And I know, Gabby, I already talked to Zach Brown because we're friends now. You know, he's kind of a big star like I am. And he said that he would make us a BTT themed Deebourx, which I think would be, I think we should give it away. I think we should give it away. We're back. I lose track of the commercial breaks. Welcome back, everybody. That's what you get behind the scenes right there when I'm not paying attention to the clock. I am the coach. This is The Last Word. We are live every single Monday night all over all the stadium apps, Amazon Prime Video, DirecTV. You can also watch us on our YouTube channels and our social media channels. Can I get my 3-shot real quick, producer man? Because I want to make sure that Tommy and Gabby understand the level of star that they are working with right now. Because Mike in the chat says, Coach, I used to watch you when I was a kid, back in 07, on Raw in my living room with my stepdad. So this is cool to see on YouTube and be able to talk to you. I'm almost 29 next month. Micah, hello to you, sir. From the coach to you. See, that's all you got to do to make dreams come true. That's all you got to do.
Wow.
Yeah, I rode with him. So
yeah, there you go. I
Did you
mean,
get
like a coach.
Did you get someone to write that for you, Coach?
I did not. I mean, Micah wrote it all by himself. He's 29 now. He's no longer a child back in 07. All right. Now, you guys know nobody is more into these shows and pro wrestling than these two right here. But sometimes you just got to cut a promo. So now it's time for promo school. All right. Big Tommy C, I'm coming over to you. Who are you cutting a promo on tonight, sir?
Who else, Coach? Our favorite champ goes by the name of Gunther. Even a boring name. Can this guy get more boring as the weeks go on? We've been talking about this guy for months. A, he's still the champ. B, he's still boring. He came out with Seth Rollins and it was crickets. The rappers got a bigger shot than him. I'm telling you, I can't believe how boring this man is. When you want to see somebody come out and really pop the crowd, he didn't even pop Rollins. He made me not care whether Rollins won the match to face him at WrestleMania or what is going on. He just is so boring. Please take this title away from him. And when Gabby talks about her promo, you'll see the difference who I'm talking about between Gunther and the superstar she's just about to talk about. Gunther, boring. And it's all over the social media now and everything. The man is boring.
Tommy, are you done? Are you done?
Oh man, it's just horrible, Coach, and you know it, man. It's just
well, at least finally somebody saw after the Saturday Night's main event when they got rushed to the end because they're on network TV and not Netflix. at least everybody is now watching the show and they're listening to what we're saying about Gunther. He cannot be your world champion. He cannot be your world champion going into WrestleMania. Can't happen. Can't happen.
Not this day and age. Maybe
All right.
30 years ago, but not now.
All right. Now, she is our resident rock star. I have no clue where she's going right now because Tommy already tipped her hand. Thank you, Tommy. You took away my intro.
I didn't give away anything.
Oh, you didn't? Oh, interesting. Very interesting. All right, Gabby, who you cutting a promo on tonight?
So I have to cut my promo on Logan Paul. Because let me tell you something, everybody listening. That reaction from the crowd when Logan Paul walked out is what real heat sounds like. It is amazing. He is such a natural heel. People just hate him and despise him. And guess what? He is good at being a heel. He's so good at it. And that's what makes people so angry because he gets in the ring and he shows up to work. And he shouldn't be as good as he is because he just started pro wrestling. I would say, a few years ago, maybe. I don't even know how long he's been doing it. He's just naturally athletic, naturally good on the mic, I think. And that reaction he gets is because he is such a heel and he makes the fans hate him so much. Not to mention, let me just throw this in the mix. 27.1 million followers on Instagram, 6.8 million followers on X, Twitter, whatever you want to call it. His impulsive podcast when he brings on the biggest guests. Logan Paul is good for business. You can hate him all you want, but hate is just the opposite of love, and it means he makes you feel something, and he is phenomenal in the WWE right now, and I can't wait to see more from him. I don't think he's going to win the Rumble, but the fact that he's going to be in it is going to make me excited to watch it because he's had moments that you replay all the time because of his athleticism, and Logan Paul, you got to love him. You can hate him, but you love that you hate him because that's how good he is.
He does things that growing up in this business was a big no-no. Part-time wrestler? What? Not showing up every week? Vince McMahon never would have put up with this, but that's part of the reason people hate him, huh, Tommy? You had something to say about Logan Paul. What do you got?
Oh, I've loved Logan Paul since he came here. And you know the other thing, Gabby? He makes it real, man.
Right.
He looks at you and it's real, and that's why you believe it. That's the way the superstar should be today. He's all over social media. He knows how to get to you, and he makes it real. And by the way, when we had Shane Helms on months ago, nobody works harder in the ring than Logan Paul, and it shows with his work in the ring.
Mm-hmm.
The people hate him and Jake Paul for one very simple reason. A lot of people love to sit at home and wish they were somebody, wish they did something, and they let the world pass them by. They look at those two dudes who are doing something, and they go, damn, I hate that they're successful. That's what it boils down to.
Mm-hmm.
All right, I am cutting my promo tonight on, and somebody just put it in the chat, the entrances. Are you kidding me? How long they are? I love Jey Uso. I think he has the best entrance in the game. But when you bring him out and his entrance is 3 times, I timed it 3 times as long as his promo. He stood on the announce table and went, Saturday. I lost. What else are you going to say? What else are you going to say? And then to top that off, that had to be 13 minutes of my life that I cannot get back. Out comes Paul Heyman, who I love dearly as a human being, as a friend, and as a talent. And he cut a great promo. But here comes Drew McIntyre. And Drew was in there for a good 8 or 9 minutes. I'd forgotten there was even a match with Sami Zayn coming up because they just did 22 minutes. I timed it. So Drew was out there for damn near an hour. Let's cut it down. Give me a 2-hour show. That's all we need. Tonight was 240 for absolutely no reason. Now, there were also people showing up on the show tonight that nobody knew who the hell they were. Our next topic in the one and only Russo's Rant.
Yo, this is Vince Russo, and I am watching Monday Night Raw, and I gotta say, man, listen, I know I'm old, I know I'm ancient, I know I'm bitter, I know I'm angry, but I'll tell you one thing I don't know. Who the frig are all these rappers? I know we're in Atlanta, but I've never heard of any of these people. I know 2 Chainz, but I don't know Little Tony and Little Mac and Little Dominic and Little Jabeep and Little Jajuice. Who the heck are these freaking rappers, bro? And why are they all little? They're all in their 40s, bro, and they're all little. Aren't there any adults in the house? And, bro, let me tell you something. If you were a dentist, you'd make a hell of a lot of money. Doesn't anybody have any real teeth anymore? Bro, give me a break. Nobody knows who these rappers are. Vince Russo out.
All right, Gabby, you're here for our younger demographic. Would you like to respond to that one, please?
Here's the thing. I feel bad if I'm the young demo because I don't know who half of them are. Like, I know who they are, but like I couldn't name a song, you know? Like, yeah, I know who Quavo is. I know who Travis Scott is because his baby mama is Kylie Jenner. Like, I know pop culture things. I don't know their music. So, but it seems to be hitting. They got a lot of followers. It's doing. I don't know, man.
I think they
bad.
get caught up in the followers,
Yeah.
but because we're doing this at the PGA Tour as well, who I also work for, and they're bringing in like YouTube influencers because they think it'll bring in a different crowd
Right.
to golf. And I think what Triple H and them are thinking is, let's bring in the hip hop crowd to wrestling. The problem is that the core wrestling audience that shows up in the arena, they don't know who these guys are. And I'll never forget back when Kid Rock showed up, people went bananas. When they played the Taker's entrance, I mean, that was electric. When Limp Bizkit played Taker's entrance, that was electric. That was like rock and roll music fit with wrestling. When Triple H, who did his music, Smashing Pumpkins, wasn't it? One of those rock and roll bands, that fit with wrestling. These guys that are live streaming in their basement, Kai Cenat, seems like a good dude. He comes out, Pat McAfee does an interview with him, and yes, John Cena was just on his show in his basement where he has made millions of dollars in front of millions of people. But do you think any of the people watching wrestling tonight watch his streaming?
No.
I don't
He
know.
did get a decent pop when he came out. I saw it on socials. I'm just saying.
Coach, you know what the best part of it was?
Tell me.
Michael Cole thinking he knows who those rappers were.
Oh
He had
my
no freaking clue. He
love
has
it.
no clue who those rappers are. I'm
You know
sorry.
what?
I wanted to take a picture with him. Are you kidding me?
When Cole tries to dap everybody up
Oh
and he
my
doesn't know what he's
God.
doing, and then
Is there any rhythm in his body?
Did
the
you
other
see him
part was,
dancing last week? The gif of him dancing.
oh my God.
I
I mean,
love him.
that was my guy. We
Yep.
traveled together for my
Yes.
first 3 years. There's not a bigger nerd on planet Earth than Michael Cole. I say that with all the love in the world. But my God. And then I don't know, and I'm trying to be as positive as I can tonight, but I don't know if those interviews are on the show or if they're at break because they're talking and they've got to figure this thing out, guys, with the commercials. Because you guys see half of it, I see half of it. Then
Mhm.
I'm like, hey, what about that? I didn't see that.
Mm-mm.
They've got to figure
Yeah.
this thing out.
Mhm.
Nobody see. We're talking about on the show. People are like, "What are you guys talking about?"
Yep.
Yeah,
It's not good. It's
I
not good.
agree.
All right, Kai Cenat, and it so help me if him and I show speed, if they get into fisticuffs at Royal Rumble, that might be the lowest Royal Rumble moment of all time. It might be worse than the Costco guys on AEW. I'll
Oh,
give it one doom.
Oh man,
Holy
bring back
crap.
Bad Bunny. He was great.
He was
Yep.
great. He does want to come
Oh,
back, by the way. He
I
says
know.
he wants to die in the ring. That's a good thing to want to do. Okay.
Isn't it?
Coming up, he said something like that. He's like, I want to come back, and it's what he said. All right,
Yeah.
still to come on the other side. We're going to be betting the turnbuckle. How does Gabby think about Raphael's pick to win the Royal Rumble on the men's side and the women's side? We'll discuss it next. We're halfway home. It's the last word on Stadium. It's a beautiful, glorious Monday night. Oh, look who is here. Look who is here. Now, we're having some technical issues, so we were going to run a couple of things, but unfortunately, the computer is freezing. but we're bringing in our resident numbers guy, Raphael. How much time? And you're brought to us tonight by MyBookie. Use the promo BTT to get 100% bonus up to $1,000 at MyBookie. Do it right now. How much are these books, Raphael, into wrestling betting now?
Well, the Royal Rumble is going to be huge just because there's no football on Saturday. So this is a pretty main event for where they can steal some viewers, steal some bets. So I have a feeling a lot of books are going to put maybe some super boosts up there for Royal Rumble, some different interesting prop bets that I'll be doing for the whole rest of the week. I've already sent you some nice prop bets. So it's going to be pretty big just because they're not dealing with college football and NFL for Royal Rumble. They're going to try to steal as much. UFC does not really have a good card. So they're going to try to steal some eyes and steal some bets coming this way.
It's a special start time, 6 o'clock Eastern. And Gabby, I don't know if you're like me, but I used to think that betting on wrestling is like literally the dumbest thing on planet Earth. I'm so into it now. I love it. Do you?
I think I have to get more into it. You talk to me about it all the time, and I have to have more discussion with you because I feel like I would be really good at it.
I
Just
think you'd be
saying.
great at it. I feel like Raphael, we need to get Gabby on Coaching Company, which is also on Stadium. I feel like she belongs on Coaching Company. But then you'd want to be a part of the new Open with everybody in it, your
Of
ego,
course.
the whole thing, Gabby.
1000%. My head can barely fit in the small little square that you have me in right now. I don't even understand it.
True that.
Put me in the open.
Or Vince's beard. He doesn't fit in the square either.
Yeah, that's very true as well. All right, we are past the bottom of the hour. When we come back, we're going to be betting the turnbuckle. I'm excited for this. This is the first time that we've ever done this live. We've always taped it before, but we're taking a chance. We're going out on the ledge, going out on the tree, and I promise you, I will not. Hey, producer man, we got that open? Let me know. That's how you do it right there. All right.
It's next level.
That's what you call not caring about the red light. We're back live in 5 seconds. Welcome back, everybody. It's The Last Word. We are across the bottom of the hour. This is The Last Word live on Stadium, and we'd like to welcome to the show a big part of Coach and Company. You can catch us live every single morning at 10 a.m. Eastern Time, sports and sports betting, and he is our numbers guy, and he makes numbers for sports books all over the world. So, Raphael Esparza, welcome back to The Last Word. How are you this evening, sir?
I am doing well. Got to take a break from doing Super Bowl prop bets and Royal Rumble prop bets to join the show, so it's been fun.
I'm glad that you could take the time to spend it with little old us. All right, so here's what we want to do, because you actually make these odds. And you know what's crazy, Tommy and Gabby, is that when we were trying to decide who was going to be on the list to face John Cena at WrestleMania, I actually was plus 3,500. And how many tickets did you write for that, Raphael, on me?
I think it was a little over 25. I need to check to make sure what's the number on that one. 25 bets came in on the coach.
In a related story, a bunch of people just lit cash on fire. We just don't even know how that happened.
Oh
They
my
just lit their cash on fire, betting on me to be Cena's last opponent at WrestleMania. What are we doing, everybody? Let me just say this right now. Don't bet on me on anything. All right, Raphael. Gabby is chomping at the bit. She's been talking about it all freaking day. This is her favorite thing in the whole world. All right, let's start with the men. Who are you picking? What's your best bet for the men's Royal Rumble match winner?
I'm going to pick the one who's never won one. CM Punk at plus 240. It was the opening number. Now so much action came in on him today. Minus 150 now since I spoke to you this morning. A lot of heavy action coming in on him. A lot of heavy action on Seth Rollins, who was plus money. Now Seth Rollins is now minus $2 to win the Royal Rumble. So we're getting some really heavy action on probably the top three: Cena, Rollins, and Punk. Not that much action on Roman Reigns. He's now plus 150. He was the small favorite. Now not that much action. We'll probably have to put him up to 2-1 to try to get some action on that one. But I'm going CM Punk. He's never won one. I think he wins one. I would like to see Drew McIntyre. What a great number. 38-1. Let's get that one. Steal that right now. Jump on that one. Maybe Jey Uso, who I think the crowd loves. That'd be a kind of fun one to get. But I'm looking at CM Punk at plus 240.
All right, Christian thinks it's going to be John Cena. So just so you know, Gabby, when he says minus $2, that means minus 200, and it's 2-1. So if you want to win $100, you got to bet $200. All
Mm.
right, Gabby, what do you make of Raphael's best bet for CM Punk to win this year's Royal Rumble?
So I'm going to be honest, I like his choice because originally I was all about, I think it's going to be Cena. I think it's going to be Cena. After tonight, I'm flopping. I'm flip flopping, and I'm putting my vote for CM Punk
So you're a
because
flip flopper.
it's not flip flopping. I haven't. I'm being honest. I could have just said, "Oh yeah, I want to CM Punk this whole time." I'm an honest person,
Don't get
so
hot. Do not get hot.
don't.
I feel like you're getting defensive.
I feel like I can if I want to.
That's true. That's
I talk to
true.
Coach
You've been
like that?
sassy all night. I don't know if you're coming for me or not. I don't know. I'm protecting myself. But I really was. I was like, I think it's going to be Cena. You know, it would be great if it was Cena. And honestly, I would like it if it was Cena. But after what we're seeing tonight, I would much rather see. It makes more sense, storyline, emotion, everything. I would rather see Cody Punk than I would rather see Cody Cena.
Okay. I think part of the reason it's going to be so heavily bet is we normally don't see this many big stars in the Royal Rumble
Mm.
match. You'll have, the Hornswoggles or the coaches, and then you have like 7 or 8 dudes. This year, like every heavy hitter, it seems like, in it, including tonight with Roman Reigns. Big Tommy, Gabby agrees with Raphael. What about you?
After seeing that promo tonight, I'm agreeing because I initially thought Roman Reigns, after getting the Ula Fala, was going to win the Royal Rumble and face Cody Rhodes, and I had a whole storyline behind it, but I'm not going to get into that. But after CM Punk and Rhodes tonight, and you build on that, I would love to see that storyline really build and go forward. So I'm with CM Punk with Rafi and Gabby.
I love how you like to say Umafala. I don't even know. I'd ask you to spell it, but we know you can't do that, Tommy.
No.
All right, guys. I'm gonna throw a curveball at you guys. Okay.
Yay.
I am. What was the number, Raphael, on Jey Uso?
He opened up at 35-1. Some books had 40-1. Right now, live number is 20-1.
I'm gonna go right here live on the last word. Producer man, bookmark this. I'm predicting Jey Uso. Jey Uso wins the Royal Rumble match and kicks off one of the 2 nights of WrestleMania with his entrance against whatever world champion. God willing, it's not Gunther. My pick will be Jey Uso at 20-1. All right, let's go to the women's side. A lot of intrigue here. And for some reason tonight, Bayley was at it again. But who's your pick, Raphael, for the women's Royal Rumble match winner?
This one's a close one because we've had so many people. I think they're going to come into this one. Maybe we see a former twin come into this one, but I think it's going to be Becky Lynch. I think she wins it. Everyone's going to think Charlotte is going to come back and win it. Charlotte doesn't need to come back and win Royal Rumble. She's Charlotte Flair. She doesn't need to win a Royal Rumble. I think Becky Lynch comes in at plus 240. I think she won in 2019. She wins in 2025.
Raphael, Gabby is losing her mind right now.
I saw that. I felt the anger in her.
Don't get her started. Gabby, what are you thinking right now?
Makes no sense. Charlotte doesn't need to win. Okay, does Becky need to win a Rumble? No. What does that even mean? If you're saying it for one, then you're saying it for the other. Becky doesn't need to win the Rumble either. What are you talking about?
Becky's last name's not Flair. Charlotte Flair. It's not Becky Flair. It's Charlotte Flair.
What does that have to do with anything? You know what is needed the most right now for Rhea Ripley is a heel, a massive heel. Charlotte Flair needs to come back. She's winning the Rumble, and I want to see her face Rhea Ripley. That's needed more than anything in the world right now, and I need Charlotte to come back and do it. Becky does not need to be in a title run right now. She's been doing it. I've been seeing it a lot. It's all over the place. It's been proven that she doesn't need to be in a title run to do anything. I need Charlotte Flair to come in. She's the GOAT. She's the greatest women's wrestler of all time, in my opinion. Come back in. Let's see what Rhea's been doing. She's a massive babyface. You need Charlotte to come back. And I agree with you on the Bellas. Nikki's definitely showing up. That's for sure. I'm already putting that out there.
I think Charlotte battles Tiffy time when she comes back. That's why. And why would you want to lay minus $2 on Charlotte Flair? There's no proper way to buy minus $2. Give me the plus money of Becky Lynch to have a better window because I think Tiffy time and Charlotte goes back and forth.
I disagree completely. I actually think Lyra and Becky are going to have more of a story to tell than you're going to see with Becky and Rhea. We've already what do you? I can't. I'm actually at a loss for words because that actually made me so mad that you're like, oh, Charlotte doesn't need it. Why does
Bruce,
Becky
man,
need
can you
it? I
shut
thought
down?
you were going to throw
Take
in
coach,
like a different
take Coach and
name.
Tommy off. Me and Gab going to take this.
I know we don't need to be here. This is very entertaining. Please continue, Gabby. I like when you get pissed at Raphael. It's very entertaining for me.
Like that's his reasoning for Charlotte Flair not to win the Rumble. She doesn't need it. But you're gonna you can say what you want about Becky, but Becky doesn't need it either because her last name's not Flair. That's the excuse for it. I'm telling you right now, Charlotte Flair is needed back badly. So is Becky. We're going to see Jordan Grace most likely in the Rumble, which also pissed me off because that leak that she already signed. I want to just see her show up and then talk about it. And I told you this. Let her get the pop that she's going to get. Make it a little bit of a surprise that she's showing up Jordan Grace and then throw her into the mix. I can't stand when they do these little things beforehand. But that's besides the point. I would much rather see Charlotte get it than Becky. Literally, I think Becky is the last person that needs it. By far the last person that needs it. Charlotte's coming back from off a huge injury that wasn't supposed to happen. Becky has been taking the time, and she's been in a million different storylines. Charlotte needs it way more than Becky does.
And who took the spotlight when Charlotte was aware? Another blonde that looks kind of like Charlotte, but not built like her. That's why the going 1-1 Tiffy time in Charlotte makes better sense than Charlotte and Rhea Ripley.
Well, then Charlotte's going to have to win the Rumble anyway, so your point doesn't make any sense. I just rather see her with Rhea. If you want to see her with Tiffy, then she's got to win the title, don't you think? She's got to win the
Bruce,
Rumble.
man, mark that down. Becky Lynch wins, Charlotte doesn't.
All right. I hate to give Gabby credit, but in the last 2 minutes, our live number has jumped about 300 people. I kid you not. That was incredibly entertaining. That's exactly why we do Betting the Turnbuckle. We shouldn't all agree at all. But Raphael, there was no way I was stepping in the middle of that freight train known as Gabby AF right there. There was no way. That was all you, big boy. That was all you.
It's unbelievable.
All right.
It's unbelievable. It's not even disagreeing. There's right and there's wrong. And I have to stand up for what's right.
Oh my God, you're amazing. All right, got one more topic.
$2.
We got about 3 minutes left in this segment. So you can actually bet, Raphael, on when the winner of the Men's Royal Rumble will come into the match. And I believe the number is 17.5, correct?
Yes.
Okay, so which way are you going?
I'm going to be taking the plus money. I'm taking the under 17.5. 4 of the last 6 Royal Rumble men's winners have been under 17.5. I don't think we're going to see a lot. There's going to be a lot of stars in this men's. I think that's why it's going to unders. And we're not going to see, you've already mentioned that we're not going to see the celebrities that we've seen in the past. It's going to be a star-packed Royal Rumble. So I'm taking under 17.5 entry number to win the men's Royal. Give me a plus 150.
All right. Tommy, give me 30 seconds. Do you think we're going to have to see one of those legendary come in at 1 and last for an hour or no?
No, it's going to be over, Coach. I think the big guys are going to come in later in the match, and I don't think it's going to be 17.5. That's for sure. I think, like we said, it's a star-packed Royal Rumble. We've never seen it this fast go with every top superstar going to be in the Rumble. So I don't think it's going to be 17.5 at all.
So you think it's going to be over?
Yes.
You think it'll be 18 or higher? Wow,
Yeah.
Raphael, nobody
Yeah.
has your back tonight.
Yeah.
Gabby, I'm scared to even come back to you. What do you make of the under 17.5, which means that the winner would have to come in either 1 to 17, not over 17?
So Raphael, you said under. You think it's under?
Yeah.
Okay, so I think it's over because I don't trust anything he says anymore. So I'm going.
Cody
to go with
Rhodes is
over.
the last two. Cody Rhodes is the last one to win on a 30 mark. He won it back to back on 30, 17, and then back to back 30 between Cody and Brock Lesnar. Unless Lesnar comes in deep and around them, my bet's probably voided. But
Can you imagine if
imagine?
Brock Lesnar comes back at the Royal Rumble?
I would love it.
Oh my! If his
All
music
that star
hits,
power. With all that star power.
oh my gosh! With all of those guys in it, including Roman Reigns, and Brock comes back, oh my gosh!
And if
Forget
Braun
about
is
it.
in there,
Oh golly,
and
I'm
Braun.
really
Meaty
excited.
Men. I love
What's
when
that?
all the meaty men bat each other. That's my favorite part.
Is all the meaty men?
Yes.
Why doesn't that shock me?
It's way more entertaining meaty men kicking the shit out of each
That
other
should be a
than a bunch
BTT
of
shirt. Meaty men.
If
ripped up
anybody
men,
that's watching right now wondered why I handpicked Gabby to be on the show, I think the last 10 minutes has proven beyond a shadow of a doubt why she deserves to be on the show. All right, we still have some more things to talk about in the final word. Raphael's going to stick around so he can get beat up more by Gabby. It is the last word. It's a beautiful Monday night right here on Stadium. All right, so in the chat, they're saying we need Tommy's beef against Gabby AF against heel coach. Trust me, you don't want heel coach to come out unless it really needs to come out. Raphael, I feel like we need to create an alter ego for you because everybody else here can cut a heel promo. What do you think you can do?
Numbers. That's pretty much all I can do.
That's all you got? Gabby, do you think you would be a better heel or a better baby face?
Oh my God. The fact that you
Heel.
asked, I'm a heel. I've said this all the time, and heels have more fun. No matter
They
what.
do. They
Oh
do.
my God. I would be a heel any minute of the day for sure.
I'm a
The
baby
thing
face.
I love the most is when somebody comes up to me and they go, man, when I was a kid, I hated you. Man, when you walked out, I hated you. That was like the biggest compliment anybody could give me. I mean, it was the best. The bigger the booze, the better I liked it. Oh my God. You're
Yeah, but your
absolutely right.
stuff with Rock as a babyface announcer, man, was impeccable. That the timing between you and Rock, of you being that babyface nerdy kind of announcer, stuff like that, that was some great shit, dude.
Did you just call me nerdy?
Well, that's
Is
what
that
you
what you
were.
just said?
That's when you had hair, and you were this kid from Kansas.
Nerdy's not a bad thing.
Oh, I think I've got a beautiful bald head too, by the way.
Well, now you do. Yeah,
Yeah. My
I
very
remember when you
first
had hair.
somebody sent me my very first WWE picture the other day. I had like wavy hair. Remember they
Yep.
had us in the khakis? It seems like 100 years ago.
Yep.
Oh my God. And then they said, we're going to upgrade the product. And the first time Triple H walked into a production meeting in a full suit, we're like, who the hell is that guy?
Yeah.
Who the hell is that guy? Well, that's just the guy who's running the whole damn company now. That's who the
Right.
hell that is.
Yep. That's
All
who it is.
right. We're about 3/4 of the way done. Thank you for joining us here on The Last Word. The live number right now is outstanding. So thank you very much for staying up late with us. You can also catch us on demand later in the week, or you can also catch us right here on our BTT YouTube page. All right, still to come. What does my crew think about Bayley and how they are positioning her right now? And what about Bianca and Naomi? What are we doing there? There's a lot to get to. We're back in 5 seconds. Okay, welcome back, everybody. The Last Word live on Stadium every single Monday night at 11 p.m. Eastern Time. Joining me, Big Tommy C, Gabby, and Raphael Esparza. Gabby, I'm going to come over to you. A few more topics we got to get to before we get the hell out of Dodge here on the final word. And I kind of blew my gasket last week at all of the announcements of I'm going to be in the Royal Rumble. I'm going to be in the Royal Rumble. And Bayley announces that she's now on Raw. The transfer window makes zero sense to me. And then she goes out and she gets beat clean by Nia Jax. So what do they do tonight? In the middle of Rhea Ripley, and please, can somebody work with her on her voice, please? But that's not the point. Bayley walks in and says, maybe it's going to be me that you face at WrestleMania because I won last year and I can win the Royal Rumble match 2 years in a row. You can't beat somebody clean 2 weeks before the Rumble match and then put her over the night of the Rumble match. Can you, Gabby? Can we do that?
I mean, it wouldn't make any sense if you could do it. It just doesn't make any sense. And I would sit there scratching my head because why would you do that? I can't, because I get upset because the booking of Bayley this past year since she won the Royal Rumble has not been favorable for her. And it breaks my heart because I really do like her a lot. But like, she just lost clean. She shouldn't have lost clean. I talked about that. I went off about it already. And now you're going to come in and be like, guns blazing, like, I'm coming for you and I might win the Royal Rumble again. What are you talking about, dude? Like, how are you even going to talk about that? It doesn't make any sense. And not for nothing, unfortunately, when she did show up, like, the pop for her wasn't even big at all when she showed up to talk during the segment. It was actually like, oh man, like I was actually shocked by it because I thought it would be bigger. But like, Bayley, I'm sorry, they should not be losing clean if they even want her to be confronting Rhea. And this is the problem at the end of the day. There is not a woman on Raw right now to be talking to Rhea at the same level where Rhea is at to be even talking about taking the championship away from her, which is why, Raphael, Charlotte is needed back terribly to face her for it.
That's exactly how I feel. Tommy, when you're Rhea Ripley and you're up here, and can we just be honest about Bailey? She's been a good, what we call in the business, hand over the years. Last year, nobody even remembered she won the match because the lead up was all about Cody and Rock and Roman Reigns, and she basically got thrown into her match. Tommy, right now, Bailey to me is at the end of her run. I know she doesn't want to admit it. Nobody does. It's a bad thing to talk about, but I just don't care about her anymore and how they're putting in her all these promos like it could be me. No, she's way past, to me. She's a nothing story. Your take, Tommy?
She's not even relevant, coach. How long has it been since she's been relevant? She had that championship last year. Nobody cared. Everything was Cody, Rock, but being the women's champ, we didn't even talk about it on our show. She is so not relevant right now. And why? Tell me why Rhea Ripley would be scared of Bailey saying, "Oh, I could win the Rumble and come back and beat you." You just lost to Nia Jax. You came over to Raw, you lost clean. So why am I worried about you? I'm with Gabby on this. Man, I can't wait to see Charlotte win the Royal Rumble and face Rhea Ripley because that match is going to be a banger. Nobody cares about Bailey anymore. The only thing they cared about Bailey, she was best friends with Sasha Banks, the
Ooh.
CEO, and nobody cares about that either.
Oh, I mean, by the way, if Bailey doesn't understand that posing with pictures and going to red carpets with Mercedes is
Yep.
not going to hurt her career, you are so
Yeah.
tone deaf, you don't even know. I don't care if she's your
That's
best friend. You just don't do it. Raphael, what's the number on Bailey to win the Women's Royal Rumble match right now?
Well, no woman has ever won back-to-back Royal Rumbles, and it's not going to happen this year. I do believe she's 18-1, 19-1, but she was relevant during the COVID years. She carried the women's division during. I'll give her that, but I do believe she's probably closer.
2020.
Yeah, she's closer to way
Yeah,
out than closer to going
you're
in
right,
as a title.
Raphael. Yeah, 4 years ago, 5 years
2020.
ago. But
Yeah.
I've never thought that she was like, when you think about Charlotte Flair, I mean, she's got it
Mm.
everything, the charisma, the looks, the way she dresses. You got Becky Lynch. She came up with one of the greatest nicknames of all time, calling herself the man. Whoever does that? What has Bailey done? And I don't mean to be negative about her because she was always very, very sweet to me. But there's a lot of sweet people out there that don't deserve to be in the main event going into WrestleMania. Gabby, I said that you're here for the younger crowd. You're filling that demographic. All of these influencers that are showing up on the show, we better not see Kai Cenat or I Show Speed take up 2 spots in the Royal Rumble match. What will you do? And we haven't even decided if we're doing a live watch along yet. I don't even know what we're doing. But if you see these 2 dudes, and you see how small Kai Cenat was next to Pat McAfee tonight,
Yeah.
he's like 5'7", a buck nothing. If they put them in the Royal Rumble match, I'm going to lose my mind.
Yeah, I mean, I would much rather see Pat McAfee go back in and then put himself back over the rope like he did last year because he was so scared by it because that's how much I love Pat. But like, yeah, I hope not. I mean, maybe do something fun on the side. You know what I mean? Them distracting them in the crowd, like doing something. But for them to actually be in it would kind of be a little bit annoying. And like you said, like a lot of people, it wouldn't resonate. It's not like, you know, when they have this guest celebrity people come in, like the Knoxvilles and like these people who everybody knows and it's Jackass and it's like funny, like no one cares. Like
Mm-mm.
I just don't, I mean, I don't care. And if I don't care, I'm guessing nobody else cares.
Well, I mean, it takes away from serious
Yeah.
superstars
You
like
don't need it.
myself who are always in the Royal Rumble. You know, I was in too. And when I came out, it was serious business. 37 minutes I spent in the Royal Rumble once. I made it down to the final 5. Get out of my way, Tommy C. Get out of my way. I don't need to see Kai Cenat or whatever. I
No,
Show Speed, whatever the
no.
hell we're doing.
Great
No.
names.
I'd rather see Santina Morella come back since they're in bed now with TNA. Bring him out. He's more entertaining than anybody, right? I mean, if these 2 guys come out, this is one of the biggest Royal Rumbles ever. It's in a stadium, right? We have Las Vegas 2 nights, and we're going to put these jabronis in the ring for what? Ha ha. And nobody knows who they are. Give me Santino Morella 100 times over, guys.
Go to Las Vegas, you're going to be there by yourself. It's in Indianapolis.
No, I said WrestleMania. It's in
Oh, you
Indy. I
did.
said yes.
My
Yeah.
bad. I
It's in
thought you were
Indy.
saying,
I
I
know
thought
that.
he said it too, but
oh, you thought he
No.
said that too?
yeah,
I said
I just
WrestleMania
wasn't
was 2
sure.
nights in Vegas.
Hey, don't get
That's
hot.
what I said.
Do
I'm
do
not.
do not get hot.
I heard
Never.
Tommy correctly, but I don't want Gabby to get mad at me again. So Gabby's
Brother,
right.
it doesn't
You better
feel good, does it? It doesn't feel good, Raphael. I know.
don't do things to make me mad. I don't
I
know. I don't know why
know.
people keep doing that.
All right, we've only got 2 minutes left, so I want everybody to give me 30 seconds. What you're looking more forward to the most this week at the Royal Rumble. Raphael, let's start with you.
People are asking me, what are the odds for Caitlin Clark in Indianapolis to be in the Royal Rumble? It'd be hilarious, but I'm more interested on the women's side. I think we're gonna see a lot of faces coming out that we forgot are wrestlers in the women's side. Men's is just gonna be bananas. A lot of meaty men, as Gabby would say, in the men's side.
Tommy, what are you most looking forward to?
I'm looking for the men's Royal Rumble. There's so many big superstars in there. I want to see stories being told. Who gets thrown out? How's it going to happen? Is Punk going to go over? I am really interested in the men's Rumble, and I'm interested actually in the ladder match and see how that turns out between KO and Cody.
Gabby, bring us home.
I mean, obviously, I'm looking forward to the women's Royal Rumble because I can't wait to see these superstars back to kind of elevate the division even more. But I'm really more excited to see what kind of crossovers we're going to get, especially with TNA coming out now. I think it's a beautiful time. Some legends, hopefully, in the women's division. It's a really, really exciting time. And the Royal Rumble is the best show ever. I'm super excited about it.
I just hope they don't spend a lot of time with the other stuff other than the ladder match. Just focus on those. I don't need to see a 6-hour show. I don't need to see a 6.5-hour show. Just make it like 3.5, 4 hours. I'm going to be good. I also want to see who actually shows up because they promised us Becky Lynch for Netflix and Raw, and that was 3 weeks ago, and she hasn't shown up at all. So quit teasing me. Bring back these stars. You guys know Triple H, your women's division is desperate for an infusion of stars, and that's exactly what Becky and Charlotte. I want it to come down to those two standing in the ring. Pause for a second. Have Michael
Wow.
Cole say, "This is what it's all about." These two legends, and then in the men's side, man, let's have CM Punk on one side. Let's have Cena on the other. The Cena tour. Is it going to start? Is it going to be launched? We're going to find out this Saturday. All right, follow us on social media. We'll let you know if we're going to do a watch along. We don't know yet, but we're still deciding on that. But we're here every single Monday night. Thank you for hanging out with us. You can also catch us on demand here on our YouTube page. For Raphael, Gabby, Tommy, producer man, intern Dan, I am the coach. And this has been the last word because we always have the last word on whatever it is in pro wrestling. We'll see you next Monday night. Take care.